Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of this training. In this session we will be discussing about SAP system and its landscape. SAP generally called SAP R/3 because it has three different layers. The first layer is called presentation layer, and second layer is called application layer, and third layer is called database layer. The first layer is the presentation layer, is generally our PC, or let's assume that we are accessing SAP using SAP GUI, then that specific SAP GUI machine or the SAP GUI PC is called your presentation system. That is a presentation layer, and the application layer is the actual SAP system, the ABAP programs, where you have all these programs and function modules, whatever we have seen in our previous section. This program T codes, function modules, and every table structures, everything is saved in this SAP in the application layer. Then we have database layer. The database can be almost all most popular RDBMS relational database can supported by SAP, like Oracle, Microsoft SQL, DB2, like most Informix, this kind of database mostly used is Oracle. So this is the SAP R3 architecture. In our scenario, when we call SAP from Microsoft Excel, that using the SAP GUI, using the presentation layer, so for us the Microsoft Excel will work as a presentation server. Using the SAP GUI add-ons, then we will be calling the application server where the function module exists, and we call this function module to extract data from this database. So that's the way we will be working in this SAP R3 architecture. When you open any SAP logon screen, generally you will see a logon pad which has all the server name. The server name generally have two type of logon options you can see. One is the application server. You can directly log into one specific application server, or you can also log into a group. Okay, let's assume that we are going to directly log into an application server. You can have a description. It's a free text. Here we are saying SAP ECC6, and you can have the application server name. It can be a host name or the TCP IP address, and we have instant number. Instant number is a 2-digit number. This can be vary from 00 to 99. That means in one specific box, one IP address, you can have many instances. So we will have one instance, we can log into one instance. And next one is system ID. The system ID is a 3-digit alphanumeric character. This 3-digit character represent the entire SAP system. So in our case, PRD is the system ID. So each SAP system will have its own system ID. You can have multiple system IDs. Let's say we will use DEV, means development, QAS for quality assurance, and PRD for product and system. So we can have three different systems. Like this we can have multiple systems. So if you go to different client, then we will be using different naming standard based on their company requirement. Then we have something called SAP router string. This SAP router string means you have an SAP system, one location, and you are accessing from a different place or different country using your internet connection or your VPN, any kind of connections to your local system. That time we can use SAP router. Instead of allowing everybody to come into SAP have a different router, same like the normal router in our networks. In SAP router, that will allow only the SAP call from that specific location to this server. So in your logon screen you will have a routers string. This will be generally, this information will be provided by your basis consultant or the technical consultant, how to log into the systems. So if you want to find out this logon information, because this logon information is also very critical for us to call these RFCs from our Excel. So to find out this logon information, you can simply select the system and go to the change option, then you will be able to see this information. So what happens is, when you log into SAP system, let's say if you double click on any one of the server, then you will be prompted for your user ID and password. So you can use an user ID and password to log into the system. The same user ID you can also use it for our RFC calls. For RFC calls, we can use actually something called communication user, that is only used for communication. Then that user cannot log into the SAP system. But you can also use the normal dialog user, which you can log in, which we are using not generally to do your business transactions. You can also use that user, provided it has all this authorization, and we can also log into the SAP system. We can also use it in our Excel VBA program. And these informations and these servers and instance informations are saved in a file called SAP logon.ini. This file is available in your local drive, that means your Windows local system, your notebook or PC. So from there we save, these configuration are saved. So whenever you do this customizing in this particular logon pad, then it will be saved in SAP logon.ini. In theoretically, let's say you can directly call this SAP from the command prompt. That's what we will be doing using our VBA. You can log in using user ID and password. However, for the highly secured system, we will use single sign-on method, that is SSO, using PKI card or another encryption methods. So using that method, you do not need to key in your user ID and password. Instead, you will have your own PKI card or whatever the method of SSO solution what you are using, and you can log in to the system using that specific PKI solution. We will also see how to use this single sign-on in our VBA programming. If let's say if the system is secured, that you cannot use normal user ID and password, if the system is secured using single sign-on, we will also see how to interface that systems with our Microsoft Excel in our course. With this, we are coming to the end of this session. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you in the next session. Bye bye.